What up, everybody? Welcome to another Car Chronicles reviews with the Less Stealthy Ninja. And as you can see, special guest in the lower corner, Planet Niko. Uh, so
On
the four of
games.
us have been tasked with this task to review a knock at a cap. Uh, M. Night Shyamalan's newest movie, and you know how his movies are. They are really a coin flip.
Yep.
And it stars Dave Bautista and a whole bunch of other people. But Dave Bautista for sure.
And Ron Weasley.
And
Because
Ron
that man,
Weasley.
Dave Bautista is a man.
Boy,
He's a
Ron
man.
has
Yo.
been through some things since he graduated. Let me tell you something. Just
Yes, as he graduated.
But all right, so you know how we normally do these CCRs. We'll give you initial thoughts and feelings, and then we'll roll into spoilers and things like that. So let's get into it. How did everybody feel overall about this movie?
I'll go first. Not bad, not great. To keep it real simple, that's just how I feel. Not bad, not great. So
I
I can't
enjoyed it.
trash it, but I can't praise it. So
I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I was because, like I said, M. Night Shyamalan, his movies are a coin flip. So I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. That would be my quick take before we get into it.
I'm glad I watched it. Like, you know what I mean? Some movies you take the time, you get dressed, you leave your house, you sit through an hour and a half to 2 hours of a movie, and you come out like, damn, I could have stayed at home, man. You know what I'm saying? I could have watched HBO Max. Like, I enjoyed the movie. I'm glad that I went to watch it. I'm not gonna say it was like it's not gonna be in
right,
my top movies list, but it's not gonna be in my worst movies list either. It's gonna be floating somewhere
exactly.
in
Yeah.
the middle. Yeah.
I give it a solid 8. Solid 8.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it. I mean, I did. I liked the story. I mean, y'all know M. Night Shyamalan. Sometimes you go, what did I just watch? I didn't feel like that. I felt like I could understand the story. I understood what was going to happen. The level of predictability was surprising for his movies because normally I'm lost and I'm like this. What? Never mind. You know? So I liked it. I was like, okay, I can remember it. I can remember what happened and I can understand it. So 8.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised when like I told Boss when we got out. Last night I saw that IGN gave it a 5, and I was like, "Oh no, what we about to walk
IGN though,
into?"
you know.
And once again, IGN reviews are very, but I was like, "What we about to get into?" They gave this a
Right.
5, and
Yeah.
like he said, I think I give it a good solid 7 for sure. And then Boss and I kind of made the comment: if this is the worst movie we see this year,
It's
then
gonna be
this
a
year
good
is going
year.
to look good
Yeah.
for movies.
It's gonna be a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which it won't be the worst movie.
It probably, it most
will
likely
not.
won't.
It
But
won't, but you know,
For
but yeah,
for January movies is not bad because they
Right.
usually put the bullshit out in January.
Yeah.
but well, let's just go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna give you like a couple seconds. If you don't want to hear spoilers, I know the movie is just fresh out. So right about now, let's get into it. All right. Once again, M. Night Shyamalan. If we're going through his history, I think there's more of his movies I don't like than do like.
Agreed.
So that's why when the initial trailer came out for this one, I was like, okay, you got me here. Because when everybody saw that trailer and how the beginning of the movie starts, if you are a little child in the field playing, and you see this 200 plus 6'5" man come from behind some trees, I am in the house.
Because I think he's a pedophile. I'm a little girl. I'm running.
Look, that whole openings like conversation between them two, I was uncomfortable.
Me too.
The camera angles, the lack of sound, all of that.
Right.
And the fact that he has tattoos on his knuckles is like, instantly I'm thinking you're a felon and you're going to cut me up.
It's messed up. He's stereotyping him?
Look, yes. I'm a little kid. How old is she supposed to be? 6?
No, she said she was 8. No, she was about to turn 8.
She was about to turn 8.
Yeah.
At 7 years old, that big old man could not have approached me.
Yeah. Well, you know, in these movies, there's a certain demographic that this should be happening to. Because if it's me in my youth, in my blackness, and a dude come out of one, I'm not gonna be in the woods. But if I'm in the woods, I'm already like, all right, man.
You know what? Case in point, Niko, you have children, let alone you have daughters. You can't tell me if any one of your daughters was in the front playing
catching bugs.
That huge ass man.
As soon as his big ass come from around that tree, hello.
Look, no, not only he come from around the tree.
That's a big ass man.
There was no pathway. There was no like street. There was no other houses. He come from behind the trees.
And he bigger than the tree.
Right.
So I'm already alarmed. How you hide behind that
tree in that wooded area? He was like Shaq behind that pole. Just like
but in fairness, if my dad or dads or whoever, they would not have been in the back.
No,
they would have been on the porch.
Yeah, they'd have been and they've been like, click, can we help you, sir? Sir?
Oh, let's fast forward and then come back real quick. Gun would not have been in the safe inside the back of the vehicle.
In the car?
It'd have been on the hip.
No, it would not have been.
Would have been on the hip.
No, not in the woods. It'd have been on my hip in case a coyote or a bear tried to jump and scare him.
Yeah.
The strangers exist.
So
there.
But you know, the kind of say so with the initial trailers, initial preview show it left it very mysterious. We knew that these 4 people invading, they tell them they had to make a decision that one has to be sacrificed. If not, the world was going to end. Then further trailers kind of show some of the world ending events. Then we get to the movie, and once again, in the scene, he's talking to the little girl, Wynn, and then Leonard was Batista's name. And then we see the other 3 come from around the same path, and it's like, what in the hell is in their hands?
Look like they just hopped off of Benoit Island. Like these fucking dead island dying light weapons that they them carrying and shit. Like what?
All right.
What's that? The strangers?
Since we're talking about it, which of those 4 weapons was the scariest?
That pickaxe with the mallet dangling on the chain.
That what's his name? Redmond had.
Redmond had the.
He had like a hammer thing with the sharp back to it.
The pickaxe with the mallet dangling on the end.
Yeah, and then he would put it down and be like, doom.
Hey,
right.
I didn't like the pickaxe what Batista had, and I
guess I thought the one Batista had
because he was holding it. He could have held a handful of rocks. I'd have been like,
his looked like a pitchfork with half a shovel on the end of it.
Yeah, it's something pokey on one end and then extra pokey.
Oh,
Jason Voorhees on the other end.
Before we get more into it, can we talk about what fibers was made Batista's clothes? Because that outfit was kind of tight.
Look,
bruh, that's the same stuff they make the Saiyan armor with. You know what I'm saying?
Spider silk. That shit was strong. You understand?
Boy, shirt never came untucked.
Never.
The button didn't look like it was struggling at all.
Can I just say that if I had a little boy and it was like, I want you to meet my teacher, parent-teacher night, and he stepped out, I'd be like, you changing classes.
Yeah. No, we're gonna get a background show. Why your PE teacher so big? PE teacher's supposed to look like his legs and stuff was in shape because he used to play football. He's gonna have a little gut, you know what I'm saying? And he gonna have a whistle. he looked like he's still fighting the UFC.
Hey, boss, in the famous words of Adam Sessler and I can't remember the other, but why you look like you look.
Right. Like,
to be teaching, what did he say, third grade?
That's a huge bitch. Like
Right.
But then, like I said, they come around the corner with their little medieval weapons, and then that's when finally Win book it.
She had to see 3 more people. Nah.
Right.
The not intimidating ones.
Right.
The big scary man.
Then, of course, she informs the dads, Daddy Andrew and Daddy Eric, that, there are people coming and that they got these crazy weapons. So she gets them in the house. And then I don't know about y'all because I leaned over the boss. If anybody knocks on my door the way Batista knocked on that door, nah, fam.
Click, click. Get the fuck away from my door.
Nah, it's in the trunk.
It's in the trunk.
And y'all closing these doors like this is a
open
cabin lock. So it's like an internal house lock, and it's glass in the back. Y'all, you might as well forget it.
It's a cabin.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: as long as they stood there talking, I just realized this. They could have snuck to that back door and just took off, booked it through the woods. Yeah. As long as they was all 4 of them were just in the front porch talking, like they didn't see shit.
You saw Batista though when he walked. I swear, when he walked by that window. Like just seeing his like, because I think it was just like his like shoulder arm or shoulder. Yeah, I was like, oh hell nah. Like that just did something. Yeah, I was like, nah, hell nah. He was making his rounds.
But my thing is, y'all got some little fire poke things from the fireplace. It wasn't no knives in there. Y'all didn't have no other weapons in there other than I'm gonna get 2 fire poke stick things, and I'm trying to protect my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
They saved the knife for the.
But then, of course, they get in the house, some scuffling. Hey, real talk though. What was that, Daddy Eric?
Yeah,
Daddy Andrew.
When he pieced up Ron Weasley,
Ron, you okay?
You like this bucket of pieces? Hold on, just get.
He got a KFC family meal.
And how he didn't get no concussion because he was sitting there for a minute.
He was leaning in the corner like shit. Come on,
we're supposed to be getting them.
It wasn't supposed to be 2 men. It was supposed to be a man and a woman.
That's what you get. That's what y'all thought.
But of course, they get in, they tie him up and all that. And that's when, of course, we get the story of they have to make the choice to sacrifice one of the 3 to prevent the end of the world. And then he was like, if the choice isn't made by a certain amount of time, all 7 people on Earth will die, and y'all will be the only 3 left to just walk humanity and just see all the devastation. I would have been sitting in that chair looking at them the same way they did, like, come again. Like, we got to do what? Wait. You just said too much.
Mm-hmm.
You just said we have to sacrifice 4 of us, one, or otherwise the world gonna end.
Right. We got to make the choice, and then we have to carry out the kill. Like you.
Yeah, and we got to carry out the kill.
You said a whole bunch, or 7 billion plus will die? Listen, fam.
I mean, Andrew said it best. Andrew in that shit was like, fuck him.
Right.
Like, we'll be all right.
Let the world burn.
Let the world, yeah, bro. He was wild. He was wild. Let him die. I'm like, where you gonna get your food from? Where you gonna get your clothes, your shelter?
Yeah, but his was coming from a place of anger due to his sexuality. Because Eric, his name is Eric, right? The other one.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah.
Eric was more comfortable even when the parents came to visit. He's like, that's my mom calling the check. Andrew has been shunned since he came out.
And what Araya is alluding to, throughout the movie, you get these flashback scenes of more about Eric and Andrew and things like that. And that was one of the overarching themes that they was trying to project with the movie, of the whole sexuality and being accepted and this, that, and the third. Because you're right. Andrew was just mad at the world. He was just like, everybody can go.
Yeah.
He really ain't put no thought into it. And then it did too. I love the way it was acted because the four of them were normal people who you figure out throughout the movie that they were really normal people who kept getting these crazy visions of the world burning and the world, everything. Because it was supposed to be the giant flood.
Yep.
Then it was supposed to be
the disease,
sickness. Then the
sky falling,
and then darkness.
But number one, from the preview, I knew they were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I kind of enjoyed the spin. Like when you talk about these movies, when they talk about a plague, they talk about a flood, they talk about the sky falling. Generally, the sky falling is meteors and stuff. And then like the plague is with the locusts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I actually liked that realism of it, like very tangible, where you be like, oh, hey, not a tsunami. Hey, whoa.
Damn tsunami.
But before we get to the tsunami, let's talk about the fact that it would have threw me off sitting in the chair because after the mess they made getting in, they was cleaning it up.
They was cleaning it up. Like, hey, man. Hey, my bad. Look, we ain't come here for that.
Psychopaths.
Y'all got to make a decision.
I would have thought they were crazier. Like, seriously, I would have been
like it threw me for a loop when they got in and they started fighting. And what was old girl's name? The black woman, what was her name?
I can't remember her name.
Not Adrian.
Adrian was the other one, but I can't remember her name.
Let me I got that.
Her name is
Sabrina. When she tripped up Eric and gave that boy that concussion, and she was like, wait, let me help him. He's injured. I was like, what? What y'all come here to do? Right.
But that's when I would have been like, once the first sacrifice happened or death, I would have been like, shit, we just gonna let them run the clock out, man.
Well, and let's get there. So of course, in their defiance, they said no. And basically Leonard Batista, he was like, well, okay, for every no, one of us had to get sacrificed. And Redmond was first. And he got on his knees. He put that little cloth thing over his face. Then the two ladies went on the side and they did whatever they did.
Man.
Then next thing you know, Batista dealt the final death blow. And it was like, oh, they for real.
He didn't need but one hit, Batista did.
Nah.
Like, I was like, oh, they for real. And then they drug him outside, and then next thing you know, they turn on the TV. And my first initial thought, because the first thing was the tidal wave in the waters. Why were they watching that water form like that?
The people on the beach watched that shit for a long time.
They said that for a minute, bro.
I'd have saw that like, nah.
What's the movie that I like with they were like, look at the mountain range. Those aren't mountains.
Interstellar. So I look at those mountains and he just in the ship like, those ain't mountains.
Y'all already know that I have a fear of a giant wave. I didn't really know how this wave was coming, so I tried to prepare myself. But I got nauseous. Especially because the man with the camera was consumed by the wave.
Mm-hmm.
My worst nightmare. That is my worst. And then you can see the other bodies floating.
Yeah, I like how they give you that big ass rock for like the measurement. For scale.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, y'all dead. Like ain't nobody getting out of here.
But
because by the time everybody started running, it was way too late.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched, because y'all know I like to torture myself. I watched something about the tsunamis that happened over somewhere else, and people were actually doing that though. And the wave wasn't as big as that, but it was pretty nice size. And all the water sucked out, and like all of the boats were just sitting on the sand, and people were out there just like picking up fish. Hey, where'd the water go? And I'm watching this because somebody was recording. They were all on vacation, and I'm like, nobody noticed where the water went. Y'all just like, look, fish. What is wrong with you? People were out there snorkeling. Where did the water go? What is wrong with you? And then when that water came in, and you saw all the people running and trying to get up to higher ground and stuff, there was a lot of people that got washed out. So that's very realistic. Very realistic. People just sitting at the beach like fools.
Yeah, not for
What's wrong
me.
with you?
I'm Maurice Green. I'm running past the old man, the chick with the camera, everybody.
I'm knocking everybody over.
I'm running past everybody, just like, you didn't see that coming.
And you still gonna get washed up, but still.
At least you tried.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't even know what you can do in that situation. You can't.
Right, because the news reporter said, like, what was it? Even if you get upwards of 50-foot elevation above the level, it still wasn't enough. The waves were reaching that high. It's like, come on, man. Like,
maybe if you made it to a car and you could drive fast out to higher ground.
You dying in that car. You floated.
It was game over.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah.
And then more movie happened, and then Sabrina, Adrian was the second sacrifice, and she was trying to plead with them, saying, you know, I'm a mother, I'm this and that. We really don't want this to happen.
I'm a cook at a Mexican restaurant in D.C., and I was sitting there thinking, like, I would not try no Mexican food in Washington, D.C. But go ahead.
Them eggs was bland, but whatever.
Like, them eggs look dry, a little bit burnt.
But she was the second sacrifice, and she got thudded.
She did, bro.
She didn't weigh but 110 pounds.
I felt bad. Yeah, she was tiny. I felt bad. She was
got
begging.
Thudded. And then next thing you know, they showed them the event, and it was, what was it, C9?
X9.
X9
virus.
Yeah, it was some type of X9 virus that was mainly killing
new variant
kids
of the flu, and it only affected kids 10 and under. I was like,
and it was hitting it mainly 3 pockets of the world, but the kids were going down.
But see, I'm like, who was it? Was it Andrew?
Andrew was the aggressive one.
Yeah. I'm like Andrew. I'm like, hold on, man. You just showing me the damn news. Like, they've been covering this shit for a while. Like, no, you ain't gonna just convince me. I ain't in second grade.
That was the other thing. And had this streaming into here, like
because I'm sorry. At the end of the day, if you show me the news and it's only Cape Cod, South Africa, somewhere in Europe,
and in the United States,
Nashville,
I need to see all of the everywhere covered in red. Okay. Otherwise, I'm not gonna think it's real. I'll be like,
and then kind of like what Niko just said, the beauty of the movie and what M. Night was doing was it was helping you try to sow seeds of deceit, because once again, we're just watching news feeds. And Andrew was telling Eric, look here, I've been covering X9 for months. You know, the whole tidal wave thing, none of this stuff was live. Like, the whole tidal wave thing happened before they even showed up. So this is all BS. Now, all the while this is going on, you can kind of see Eric having wheels spinning in his head.
Look, once he got that head wound and he saw that light.
But I mean, after I saw the light, I was like, oh, Eric gonna be the one.
But he was also
when he was getting called to and he had that pause, I was like, oh, they got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they got it.
When I saw the light, I was like, oh, he saw Jesus. I was like, he may not ever believe in Jesus his whole life, but he just saw Jesus. I was like, it's over.
Yeah. Well, he was the one in the flashbacks, you know, when Andrew was like, you can go ahead and pray. I'm not going to make funny. Like, when they were going through the adoption process. So I was like, oh, they're going to flip him. Because
meanwhile, when they were going through that adoption process, I was laughing when that boy Jesus was playing the soccer with them sandals, man.
Oh, yeah, they had Jesus playing Jesus. FIFA Jesus.
And then so all these events happening, and then all the while they're trying to escape. Andrew, he's trying to wiggle his hand out the ropes. Wynn slid Eric a knife from breakfast, so they trying to escape, and it's getting real because after they kill Sabrina, they break free.
No. This is before they kill Sabrina.
Yeah, they kill Adrian.
Yeah. I mean, Adrian, sorry. Then they break free, and then a whole scuffle happens. And I'm telling you this right now.
They had
would
that
not.
version with the child.
I will not want to be the one tasked to go against Batista.
Exactly. I'm not.
Why do I have to be the one?
Give me the skinny bitch. Give me the skinny bitch. That's what I want to go with.
Look, you saw he was on the ground with a pole. He was like, "Look, I have advantage down here."
No, his legs was tied. He can't do nothing. His legs was still tied.
Straight to the ground.
Now I will say this. Like I said, the beauty of the movie, because they wasn't psychopathic, they wasn't like with some murderous killers. They were human. So of course, when Wynn started to do her little freak out, she did. Batista was like, "Wynn, I need you to calm down."
Everything go count to 5.
He was putting on his teacher voice. You can see he was putting on his teacher voice, like, "Wynn, we're going to count to 5. You're going to calm down." And then that's when the plan started. And then you had Andrew. He just smoothly went out the door. He just, I'm gonna go on ahead and.
How they didn't hit that damn door, boy.
Number one, can somebody help remind me, when did he get his leg injured when he was limping out the door? Because I remember when Sabrina tagged his knee with that weapon, but before that, he was limping out the door down the steps to the car, remember?
He was.
Because
when did he get injured?
Remember when they were fighting before? Like, remember they were all fighting and fighting? He injured his leg then.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't, they were like, "We can't let y'all leave." And they injured him because he was given the 2-piece.
He gave him more than a 2-piece. He gave him a family special.
He gave him more than a family bucket.
And remember, they had to stop him and make him chill out because he was boop boop boop. And Ron Weasley was like, "Hold on, my nose."
Right.
They should cut him.
Yeah.
Then of course he gets to the car. He's trying to get to the back where the gun was at because it was in that safe. All the while, Sabrina was like, "Please just come out the car. Please just."
Is she jabbing him in the ribs?
What year is this supposed to be?
2023.
Yeah.
Why does that nice car not have keyless entry?
People ain't got money like that.
That's a nice car though. This was not a Focus. If this was a Ford Focus, then you have a big old key. But like literally, any car you get has keyless entry now, especially a nice high-end car like that.
That is true.
And then too, all I could think about was, because he had to do the thumbprint for the gun, all I could think about is like a cell phone. What happens if you do too many attempts? Does it just kind of?
Ooh.
He didn't care. And he had to sit there and get his leg meat pushed and I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna be that focused.
Now, when he got the gun, he made that shot, and you heard Sabrina scream. I was like,
I thought she was done. And then go back and she just like.
Now you know what I thought was gonna happen? I thought he had shot at her, and there was no bullet, and I was like, "Oh, are they gonna have it to where like he can't get like?" They're supposed to die a specific way. He can't kill it. That's what I thought. But then when I was like, "Oh, it's a warning shot," that would have been good. But it was
no warning shot. He's a puss. He didn't know how to shoot the gun.
Look, but when she took off running into the woods, I was like, "That is crazy."
That's some get out shit. She said.
She's like
around the trees, like she
was zigging and zagging through the trees.
I was like, nah, she making a circle.
Maybe I'm a little violent. Maybe I'm a little serial killer-ish. But if that were me, shut up. And she hit my leg, I would have been like, "You're right, Sabrina. Help me up." Soon as I put my arm around her, boom, I'm gonna hit her in her fucking face. And I'm gonna stomp that hoe out. And then I'm gonna take my time getting in the car because then you don't have to rush. That's my reaction. My reaction is violence. I'm gonna hit that in her face.
They're not killers though. He's not a killer, man.
No, I'm not saying you have to be a killer. This is survival of
not
the
a killer. Don't push me.
Yeah, but everything that he did is like reactionary to what he went through. Like he had a temper.
You got busted in the head with a bottle at a club. So let's
talk about that because your husband gave you no warning and he saw it coming.
He told you to chill out. He's like,
like he didn't see this dude coming back with speed. Like
let that have been me and whoever. I'd have been like, No, what you finna do?
Yeah,
and they let him get out. They let him walk away.
Like,
but yeah, so when they
like,
but yeah, so when Eric and Andrew get the upper hand, he confirmed because he said earlier in the movie, Redmond was the guy who attacked us at the bar. He was like, his last name should be O'Bannon, and the other three was like, we don't know what you're talking about, fam.
Right, like
we don't know nothing about each
other, a little
other.
more bearded, and I was like, damn.
But of course, he eventually gets the wallet checks and realized, yes, it was. But when the scuffle happened, well, when the scuffle stopped, next thing you know, we see Sabrina. She made that loop.
I told you she ran a lap.
And then she came into the house.
She pulled that Warzone loop. She hugged the edge and came back around.
She did.
And she scared Andrew, and Andrew put one in the gut.
He did. She thought she was the Flash. She thought she was gonna run a circle around, come back, and
she came in there screaming too, announcing her arrival. Like, I can't just give
It did. Look, the craziest part to me about it was after he hit her in the gut and she goes down, they still let Leonard go over there and perform the ritual.
Right.
Yeah. As I would say, finish him off, bro. That way we can focus on you.
The ritual, and I don't know. By the way, it looked like he damn near chopped her in half. By the way it was looking.
It looked like the way they kept doing it, like they had to be decapitated.
Yeah. Like
because
by the
they
head.
were aiming for the necks.
Yeah.
So,
and then of course, turn on the TV again, and that's when we saw the most terrifying thing.
That was one of the craziest shits I've ever seen in like a disaster apocalypse movie.
Of planes just falling out the air.
When they gave the number. They said 700 plus.
Yeah. That's when I'd be like, all right, Andrew, let's go.
Right, all right. We're gonna kill the little girl. We're gonna get another one.
Exactly. I'd be like, look, so she ain't lived very long, just
we'll miss her.
She had a hair. Look, I'd have pulled the Don Cheadle. I'd be like, look, so Eric,
right, just snap her neck. She's 7.
What you mean? No, they can't do that to them.
She's a heavenly angel now.
But then of course, Leonard starts quoting the newscaster word for word. And then that's when Andrew was like, "Fuck all this! I'm smashing the TV."
Right? I'm like, well, what else do you need to see? You got all these people killed, man.
And then next thing you know. This led to one of the most funniest parts. To me, this led to one of the funniest parts of the whole movie. So they was like, look, we escaping. They had to have a truck or something. Leonard, we gonna put you in the bathroom and we gonna leave.
He said
when we heard that window shatter out the bathroom, they looked like, should we go check?
Right.
Yeah.
And when they opened that door and shut that window, Boss and I was like, hell no.
Okay. The first thing I said in my head is, that's a big dude. Could he have fit through a bathroom window? That was the first thing that came to my head. So I know my dad would have been like, nah, because of course he's a former cop. He'd have been like, nah, that window too small. He's trying to distract us. We're not doing this. And the door's still closed. You look at that tiny window, like.
Look, I was hoping he fit through that. Like I wanted them to. Yeah,
I straight told Boss after the movie. I said, if big ass Batista would have went through that window, I would have been like, nah, we done. I'm good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, bro. Like that was one. That would have been one of the greatest things in movie history. Him
had to eat a cake and got little and went through the window. Like what?
I don't even know. I just wanted him to be able to get through that window. I was like, and then I'm watching it. I'm watching it with Colette, and she like, you know where he is. You know where he's hiding. He's blah blah blah. I'm like, fuck, man. Please let him get through the window, man.
Like, look, I was sitting there thinking, like, he ain't no damn way he went through that little porthole of a window. That window is smaller than the porthole windows on the cruise ship. Like he got either be in the hamper or behind that shower curtain.
Yeah.
My thing
no way.
It only takes 5 seconds to see that window is small. Close the door back, lock it back, and go on and find the truck. Y'all sitting up there. Oh,
and then of course, like what Boss and I have talked about too. So Andrew finally does one of the smarter things to just shoot at the shower curtain. He just shot at it. He just like, look.
Let that have been me behind that curtain. Hey,
like, y'all got me.
Oh, all right, I'm here. Just close the damn door. Like, damn it.
But once again,
stop shooting. Shit hurt.
Batista proved he is a man because he pops from that shower curtain, shot in the arm, wrestles Andrew to the ground. Eric tries to attack. He
fucking threw it. That's the best movie Yeet I done seen in a while. The way he just
moved.
Both arms and legs in the air. Come on, man. Grown ass man. He just
wrestles the gun away and everything and was like, look here, fam. I'm gonna shoot y'all in the legs to prevent y'all from leaving.
Yeah, I won't kill you, but I will immobilize you.
But here's my question. Okay, and maybe my brain is my brain.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the last one, right? Mm-hmm. It's clear that they're not gonna say, all right, we're gonna kill somebody. So what's the difference if they leave or not? I mean, if they leave, like even if you kill yourself, can't you kill yourself after they leave?
Well, I guess they have. You got to think if they was going after all these visions and what the visions were showing them, and everything was playing beat by beat by beat.
Right.
Then you got to just see it through the end.
You have to.
Right.
Listen, if I was Sabrina, I'd have been at home praying.
She had a job to do.
Listen. I felt for these 4 horsemen, the chosen horsemen of the apocalypse, because they were like the visions. I'm not going to nobody's house and be like, okay, look, y'all gonna have to kill somebody, one of y'all loved ones, in order to prevent the apocalypse. I'm not going to nobody's house. And then just think it's 4 of us. So now I'm the one like, okay, let me put a pillowcase over my head. Y'all beat me to death. No, I'm not. I'm out.
I'm not showing up to a pier to meet 3 strangers. And then we talk about like, so
But see, this is the thing. Y'all looking at it from a standpoint of Andrew and Eric. What about their standpoint? Right. We don't know how long they was having these visions.
It was it one time? How vivid was it?
Like, who was it that said they had it since they were a kid? They've been having these visions since they were a child. One of them said it. I think it was either Sabrina or Leonard.
So just imagine let's just say for shits and giggles, for a year straight, every night you were seeing the world end.
And you're not going to stop having them until you do what you're supposed to do.
But here's the thing, though. And I mean, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this. But how many serial killers or people on death row said, God told me to do it or whatever?
That's true.
If I get all of us together and we go and we tell these people, look, we got these weapons. You're going to have to sacrifice one of y'all. I'm going to jail if that's not real.
Right.
And I'm going to still have dreams.
And you're right. Don't get me wrong. But see, at the same time, remember in the beginning, that's why they all introduced themselves. They tried to be as open and honest as possible. So it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't like the strangers where they was like, look, y'all was just home.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the cool part about like the movie. Like you put all the rationale and stuff, like behind it, but then you look at like these aren't crazy people. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at everybody's like background, and then when you like verify, like, well, this person was this person was that person, like it had to be. And they give you the flashbacks from like the couple standpoint, but they don't give you flashbacks. It had to be, and I wish we would have seen that. It had to be so damn bad and so believable to them that they said, man, I'm gonna uproot. The one lady said she took her savings to drive out here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Called her Beverly.
Adrian left her son. Leonard
Adrian left her son. Yeah.
Like every time he had the visions, he could just hear the screaming and see the bodies. And this is like,
I just don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at it, of course, from a standpoint of, we watching this movie and you can say, well, people have to do what's right, blah, blah, blah. But I'm looking at it also from a perspective of it's 4 of us. If we all suddenly start having dreams, I'm thinking more or less I'm gonna be in a sane asylum versus I'm gonna
but look at it this way. 4 random people from 4 different places on the US. And you find out that 3 other people is having the exact same visions, the exact same nightmares, beat by beat. You wouldn't think that was.
I still got a little Andrew in me. I'm not gonna lie, because
that's why the world gonna end.
Like, okay, but look, like if I saw like something online, right, and you saw that same something online across the world, and it triggered something, there is a chance. So I don't know that if I met 4 strangers and they said, oh yeah, we had a similar vision. Because mind you, if I say, let's just say I had a dream that this big ocean wave came, and then Niko says, oh, I had that dream too. It's a 50-50. You could be doing a crapshoot following what I'm saying, because people who have mental illness do tend to do that. Yeah. Or you could be telling the truth. So it's a lot of variables in there that's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know that I would show up at these people's house and possibly get a shotgun to the chest because they didn't know who was going to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's also true, too.
Yeah, and I don't know if they could have added that to the movie and if that would have, like, messed up the mystique. Like, I'm thinking we show up. All right, what did you see? Give me a piece of it. All right, from there, what did you see? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, everybody's gonna have to like come together, and you got which I'm pretty sure they did, but they probably didn't have enough time for that because that was an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was like an hour and 40.
Yeah,
and then of course, Leonard was like, "Well, it's my time, y'all. So you mind if we do this in the backyard?"
Yeah.
He was like, "You know what I'm saying? I want to get that scenery in." So he's sitting there with a knife in his hand, very compliant. And they was like, "When? Go in the treehouse. Jam your tunes, and one of us will come get you." And next thing you know, he was like, "I'm going to ask y'all again." They said no. He just did. And I was like, damn.
In grace.
Right.
And then, of course, as soon as he did it, the cinematography of it, because they showed that sky get dark.
That plane fell down.
Like you saw that plane Tokyo drifted across the sky.
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
And then next thing you know, lightning was. Now, this was the part I thought was kind of funny. Lightning was striking everywhere, but not one time did they've been like, should we go get her out that treehouse?
Right.
Look, when they were standing in the rain and the lightning was striking, I was like, look, all my young life, every black folk tell you don't stand by no tree when it's lightning out.
Ever.
It ain't just
their parenting was different. When they were getting the house, the cabin ready to try to prevent them from breaking in, she's helping. I'm like, she could have been in that bathroom Batista was in. Why she closing windows and you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, hey, go hide in the bathroom, stay there till I come and get you.
Right.
She's like, and they're like,
because they could have just snatched her through the window, like. But
they also let her go outside in the front and grab crickets while they chill in the back.
Yeah, no.
So
and then of course Andrew and Eric get in the house and they having that conversation, and Eric was like, I believe him, fam. He was like, it gotta be me. Basically, he was just like, look, I already made my mind up. I got this perfect vision in my head. Just go ahead and do it while I'm still thinking happy thoughts. Mm-hmm. Then we hear the gunshot. Andrew gets wind, and it was like, oh shit, this really happened. It was like, oh.
I can't tell you, like, I was concerned the whole time, like, what they gonna do about the bodies? Because even if they go through with it,
somebody going to jail.
Somebody gonna show up, like, because that had to be like either a verbal or a, what's the other one?
Airbnb.
The owners gonna have to come back and they gonna find these decapitated people just everywhere. Like shit all tore up. Like, we just look up who the last tenants. Like, what's gonna happen? And the lightning hit the house and the tree fell on it and it just caught fire. I was like, that takes care of that.
Yeah,
no, it does not. Because number one, if that's I've had Airbnbs, as y'all know, for my party. If there is more people than what's signed on there, there's a problem. Number two, Eric has a bullet in his body. It don't matter if he burnt up or not. So, and there's DNA on the gun. That gun is probably registered to Andrew.
Look, you questioning miracles now, okay?
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? You questioning miracles. They ain't got to look back. It's done.
They need to run.
If anybody's going to get rid of the evidence,
how good or how long it take for an investigation to start after the world experienced 700 plus planes,
right? They got other shit going on, and if anybody can get rid of the evidence, it's going to be God. Okay, they ain't questioning miracles, all right?
And then of course, like basically kind of like what Niko was saying, Andrew and Wynn go to the little diner. They turn on the news. Everything just stops. Like the planes are good, the sickness is slowing down, and it was like, oh shit, they were telling the truth.
It's been a minute since I've been on a plane. Can one of y'all tell me, can you get live news reports while on a plane?
Yeah. They got internet.
Yeah.
You got to pay for it, though.
Imagine the fear of the people in those two planes on the news report that landed safely after they done heard 700 plus go down.
They ain't never. I'm never flying again.
Right, at all.
Ever.
They landed in Australia.
They gotta fly back. Hey, I'm Australian after that. I live here.
Right.
No, I don't. Because that's a whole nother hell. I'm good.
I ain't flying back. They're gonna take me a boat.
Like, look, you gonna be able to sail a boat.
I'm gonna be because are they either that or
good. But just look at it this way too. What made them people so lucky that they planes didn't fall out the sky?
Look, hey,
timing, literally.
You're right.
Look, what was the old buddies that talk about? They were stuck in their house. His daughters couldn't swim, and they were sitting on top of the dresser, and the water kept rising until it just suddenly stopped. I was like, man.
I'm sick for the rest of my life.
I thought it was gonna end differently, but I see one of the things I know we didn't talk about this. I think what made this movie different when it comes to like the end and how it all kind of like wrapped up. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, but it's not he didn't write the script. It's a book. So I have the book, and I was intending on like reading it before the movie. So I'll see how it ends there. But I think that's why some like elements of the movie were different because he didn't have his spin. We're like, oh shit!
Hoping that everybody was gonna die.
Yeah. Like I thought maybe when they found out like Redmond had something to do with it, that Batista was the bartender because he said he bartended.
Right.
You know what I mean? That the girl somehow like got looped into it, and like everybody just kind of
like the nurse helped him at the hospital.
Right.
Like, he went to Because
I'm like, this
is gonna be some kind of like crazy twist that she was the cook at the bar at the time or something like that. Like it was gonna be something like that, and they was gonna be like, nah, fam, whole shit off, and it still would have ended anyway.
Yeah.
But because he didn't do the script. The book is by Paul Tremblay called the Cabin at the Edge of the World.
Yeah.
So he adapted it.
And you know what I could think about too? All this whole movie, all I could think about was if you made it this far and you still haven't seen it. Spoiler alert, Cabin in the Woods. Because remember, they had to get sacrificed in a sense in order to keep the ancients sleep.
It was a good movie too. Real good movie.
And here's the thing, and I know nobody really cares about this but me, but so Cabin in the Woods cabin was designed after the Evil Dead cabin, and they couldn't use the Evil Dead cabin because it burned down. That's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, the Evil Dead cabin burned down too.
Look, man, look, don't nobody clean up the evidence better than Guy. Like, look, we don't need people asking questions. I got other things to do. I got to clean up a whole damn tsunami, man. Like,
I got you, fam. Let me just go set fire right quick.
Sprinkle me, baby.
Like, I'm just curious, and I mean, I know y'all know I'm this person. So they said that the tsunami that happened in Hawaii was like 4 hours ago, and they were able to evacuate everybody. Where did they take them? Because it's an island.
To the other city. Like, they got them across, and then they took everybody to where it hit the other.
They just moved it. No, in Hawaii, they just moved them inland to the mountains.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's always my fear when I go to islands. Like, if there's a tsunami, like, where I'm going to go?
To the volcano?
To the volcano. You, like, get to the highest mountain.
Like, just go like this?
Just wait. You just, yeah. It's one of the others.
Just ask somebody big to eat you into it like Batista did. Just
be like, hey, no, I need a couple of them to pick me up and throw it. Cause
look, they just gonna be like, look, we go throw you, and they just gonna trip your leg and roll you down the slope.
It's gonna be like, damn, she ain't gonna make it.
And then I'm gonna burn slow. It's mean.
I'm gonna burn slow.
You gonna slow roast like a luau. Just
and now I'm an island spirit, and I'm haunting people because I'm angry. Okay.
So what didn't y'all like about the movie though?
What didn't or did?
Didn't. What kept it from being like, eh?
I would say this personally. Oh, good.
I didn't like that everybody didn't die.
You wanted a bad ending.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a bad ending. I just feel like if we're going to have these really realistic people and these really realistic scenarios, then I'm not saying that realistically somebody might not sacrifice, but also realistically somebody might not and say, you know what? No, I'm not going to sacrifice. And then it just showed them at the end holding a little girl hand and they walking off into the blazing world.
Well, that might be an alternate ending that maybe M. Night.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had
but,
to.
Personally speaking, I would say the one thing I didn't like, honestly, actually, it ain't too much I didn't like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't too much I didn't like because I felt it was very grounded, especially for an M. Night movie. It wasn't no crazy twist. It wasn't no one of those, there was a giant walking the earth. The whole, you know what I'm saying? M. Night be having some wild shit.
I wish
it'd be like,
fam,
did that really just happen?
The lady in the water, the village, man.
So, and personally speaking, as we talking about it, and as we've been talking about it, I'm like Karanga. I think I might go ahead and up my rating to an 8.
Oh, damn.
There was more I liked, and I would say, if anything, if I had to pick something I didn't like, maybe the fact that they had to sacrifice themselves like that, and it was like, couldn't we come up with a more like civilized way? Like, do I have to get murdered by dead island weapons? Like,
yeah, by the medieval ass.
Like, Batista, you put an axe on the back of something. Like, do I have to get murdered by something like this?
That's why Sabrina ran into that bullet.
Exactly.
Right, like, she was like, I don't want to feel that. Get good.
Like, can I just take some sleeping pills and be good? Why it gotta be so brutal?
Yeah, right. Why it have to be so brutal?
These are medieval, tradition.
For me, and I'm sorry, y'all. For me, so I'm chosen to be one of the horsemen of the apocalypse, and in essence, I'm punished because I get bludgeoned to death by primitive weapons. What? No, no.
Your sacrifice is there to convince them of their greater responsibilities. Okay, as a
after that, I'm walking out. I'm walking out.
Besides, I don't think any movie with any horsemen turned out too well for them.
That's true too.
Or X-Men with them horsemen,
Well, right. Boss Niko, what y'all got with what y'all didn't like?
I'll let Boss go.
Mine, I say the pacing. I feel like it could have been like it was an hour and 40 minutes long. I say it could have been like maybe 30 minutes longer, just to give us more time with the horsemen. Like,
Redmond did go out pretty fast.
He did.
Right. Like let them speak and talk to the people. Like they said they came to talk, and they came to like, all right, we're here to talk to you and have a conversation. Will one of y'all kill yourselves, please? Oh no, you gotta kill one of us. Like, it went too quick. Like let's.
I can agree with that.
Like, let's get to know them, build them up, so that way, like, you know, we can feel something when they go. Cause like, I don't know about y'all, but the only one I really felt bad for was Batista's character, because he was the last to go and we spent the most time with him.
Well, I honestly only didn't feel bad for Ron Easley. That wasn't his name. But I didn't feel bad for him because he obviously was not the nice guy that everybody else was.
Malice.
He was a dick.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, who cares? What you want to know about him? He doesn't like, he slanders other people that are not like him. People with dark hair, he don't like them. Only redheads allowed. Like, I mean,
right. He's
Redmond.
Gingers. Like
he's Redmond, you know, a red man.
Red man, you know what I'm
talking
about?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got, Nico, about what you didn't like?
Yeah, I mean, I fall on the side of there's more I liked than I didn't like. I think overall, again, it was kind of like good, right? Like good enough. I'll say, you know what I mean? If I had to change anything, I don't know if I would have made it longer because I'm enjoying movies that aren't 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Because I feel like every movie has been like, yeah, but some of the flashbacks didn't really need to be there. You know what I mean? Like I know, like, what's the point of the flashbacks of them adopting her? What is it? I don't know. What do y'all want me to just know that they, you know what I mean? Like how they came to pick her as a kid. Like it didn't add to the overall story.
I mean, they had to show that amazing mural of Jesus breaking ankles.
They're like, look, bro, we went all in
with
on this
with the soccer.
FIFA Jesus. Like
I'm not gonna lie, and y'all are gonna probably look at me weird when I say this.
Oh no!
But I started crying when I saw the adoption part because I always said that I never wanted to share children myself. However, I always wanted to adopt a little Chinese girl. And when I saw the place that they adopted her from and she had the hair lip, you know, like, and the fact that he had to lie and say that his wife wasn't there, right. I just started crying. Like, I just was like, you know, like,
and that's a good point. So like they're trying to paint the picture of like, you know, them as a same-sex couple have had like these, you know, tribulations and stuff, you know, one trying to adopt a child, one just trying to like enjoy life.
View it like Andrew was like, this is just a prejudice attack against us.
And it just didn't land for me. Like that stuff didn't land. So I'm like, if you're gonna give flashbacks, what are the flashbacks of these four people? You know, what happened? What did they see? You know, and they don't have to be like the vision per se. But something like what happened to get them so devoted to like this cause? Because if you're not going to give us extra time with them, then you got to like do something else. And I feel like the vision should have been. Yeah, I feel like the vision should have been focused more so on them. Like,
because like you're right, like you said, Leonard being a PE teacher, Sabrina being a nurse, Redmond working for the gas company, Adrian is a cook. Obviously, these visions have to have been so crazy to where they was willing to leave their lives wherever they were at. So, okay, we got to do this.
Right. Yeah. You know, a good way to do that is, and keep the mystery and the suspense, you don't have to show the visions, but show a flashback with each of these horsemen of them coming out of a vision. And you can see their expression, or when they first had a vision or something like that, and just see what they were experiencing.
Right.
Like,
right.
You can just,
right. Like you can just like tell a story with their face, and just like, you know, they could have done something like that.
Yeah. I think that's. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, I think the purpose of the flashbacks between the same-sex couple is because what did Batista say about their love being so pure?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were trying to establish how pure and truly innocent their love was, and natural and organic and everything, even through all the different things they went through. But I agree, they should have shown more of those poor horsemen that had to sacrifice themselves.
Right. You got one, again, leaving life savings, one leaving a child, another one. I think for Redmond, having him have a full circle moment, like we don't even know if he really even remembered that
True.
Right.
that he broke the bottle on Andrew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I had this vision. Oh shit, this is the guy. I'm here, but then I think that would have changed his character. Like, I'm here to kind of atone.
Yeah.
He accepted it and he knew that's what he had to do. But you know, like, so for me, that I think that was really it. Because everything else kind of hit the mark. Like I was expecting the M. Night Shyamalan like twist, but I wasn't mad that it wasn't there.
But if you remember when Redmond was on his knees and he was about to put the tiny pillowcase for underwear on his knees, he looked at Andrew and said, "Keep looking at me."
Yeah.
So
no,
maybe
I think he was saying that in a way of, we have to die to let you know.
But
so
why
look at me,
Andrew? Because that was at the beginning. He would have said Eric and Andrew.
Well, he didn't say Eric because at the time Eric was still concussed, so he was still loopy.
He didn't know where the hell he was for the first 15
he was
minutes
still loopy. So it was like, look at me because you're of sound and of mind. So look at me. But you know, the bigger question is, Aranya, you and your parents, Boss, you and your sisters, Niko, you, Colette, whomever, me, Ashley, and somebody, would y'all be able to make that choice?
No. We finna walk the earth.
No,
I mean, given what you've seen,
you said we finna walk.
Given that every time you were saying no, wild shit was really happening, would you make that choice?
I am.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because here's the thing. Okay, we talking about me, my mom, and my dad. I'm selfish. I ain't gonna lie. And I know one of my parents will probably be like, it'll be me, you know, I'm old, I don't care, whatever. That's cool for you, but like, now I have to live my life knowing that I stabbed one of my parents or shot one of my parents. We walking on this.
Let me tell you about another thought I had when Andrew and Eric were having that discussion. He was like, just go ahead and take me out. Like, look, honey, I know. I was sitting here picturing the whole time that little girl gonna run up and just straight jab one of them in the back with a blade.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna run and shoot him and shoot the little girl. You know?
Oh, really?
You thought they go? Nah, they go. If they would have did that,
I'd have been like, get another one. There's more.
Get it? No. Wow. Okay, Omni Man. What, 17 more years? Yeah. Yeah. I would be able to do it. Cause think about it. I mean, it's like, for them, it's different. Everything that mattered was in that room. You know what I mean? So it's a harder choice for them. And then you know, you gotta think about, like, you know, for me, I'm thinking about kids, I'm thinking about friends, family.
I'll be there in a few minutes.
I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, take me out. And he gonna be there.
And you know, I think personally speaking, I probably would have been the one to been like,
take me, do it.
Take me.
How y'all gonna pay these bills?
See, but that's the easy way. Because, like I said, the person who's gone, they're gone. But the people who actually had to perform said thing, like,
it's gonna stay with them.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
It's a whole nother movie.
We're gonna walk in the dark.
Damn.
No, I ain't walking in no dark. I ain't walking with no damn people screaming.
Well, with that being said, anything else y'all want to add before we wrap this up?
I'll say this. Look real quick. We've been talking about online. People have been talking about who's the best wrestler.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up, because I was going to bring that up.
Yes,
Batista, hands down.
I will give it to Batista now. From Dune to Army of the Dead,
Blade Runner.
Like it's not only that he's been good, he hasn't played Batista and he hasn't played Drax. And I said The Rock for a while because when Rock came out, even though Doom was trash, he had Doom, he had Scorpion King, he had Be Cool, he had all these other ones. But man,
he wasn't bad at Be Cool.
No, he wasn't bad because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he's had like roles that have been different, but now he's like, I'm playing The Rock. Every movie.
I mean, because like to bring it up, we talking about if we're going through the history, we had Hulk Hogan, we had Piper in a few of them.
Yeah.
Jesse the Body Ventura in a few of them. The Miz. We had Stone Cold, Kevin Nash,
Triple H,
of course, John Cena, Rock.
John Cena, my number 2.
But Batista is definitely hands down proven to be the best wrestler turned actor.
And he cares about it too. You can tell because he's like, I ain't doing Drax no more. He could coast off that Marvel money, but he's like, nah, man, y'all want me to be a joke.
Speaking of, it was funny you brought that up because I saw an interview and they was asking him what's the role he want to play, and he said the one genre that keeps eluding me, and that's a rom-com.
Oh yeah, because that's gonna be funny with his big ass.
Right.
I didn't like was it Duber? What was it?
Stuber.
I like Stuber.
Yeah, I didn't like that shit. But I mean, that's like one movie that I've seen with him in it, and I was like, yeah. Out of like Glass Onion, he was good.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was funny because the moment he slit his throat, I was like, damn, Duke don't do pineapple. Damn. Boss, anything you want to add before we head that?
No, like he has been the best wrestler turned actor since Blade Runner for me. Because he doesn't play himself like the other ones do, so I'm excited to see what else he's got going. And it's good to see M. Night continuously flip that coin, and we go and see when it lands right.
Oh,
right.
So.
He got a great agent.
I'm just letting you know. I still have not forgave M. Night for what he did to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it.
It's the worst shit you can ever see.
I mean,
it's
but
bad.
He did try that chicken though. That chicken looked good.
Oh, he was in there. Yeah, he tried to get in every movie.
I was like, "What, that chicken look good?"
He did his thing, man. It's funny his like outside of his like OG movies, the recently like better movies have been something that's established from something else that he didn't directly touch. Like Devil
was amazing.
Devil was
this is based off a book, so he already had like a premise. He already had the roadmap,
One of the greatest ones we've seen, The Visit.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that.
The Visit was
School.
Man, that is horrifying.
The Visit.
Because we can do a retro throwback review
watch
of
The
it
Visit.
once you watch it. When I tell you, you're gonna be like, "What
is it streaming on something?"
Let me see. Let me see. It should be on my Voodoo.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while you looking at Aranya, anything else you want to add?
No, I like I said, I enjoyed it. M. Night Shyamalan, so I still want to see a darker ending because, like I said, not everything is all butterflies and rainbows at the end. And for me,
Understandable.
I need King ending. Huh?
So you want a Stephen King ending?
Don't you judge Stephen King.
You want a Stephen King? He have you. What's that movie? I loved it. Damn, what's the continuation of the Shining?
Oh,
Dr. Sleep. Dr.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Had you
a Descent ending, like where you like this? Oh man, yes.
Oh man, yes. Well, it's still bad.
Personally speaking, I really did walk away with this movie really truly thinking to myself, like, damn, Batista is really that dude.
He is.
And the thing is too, and it's kind of like what Niko is saying. I'm pretty sure all of us at some point, but I definitely had the pleasure of seeing this man walk through the doors of WWE as Deacon Batista and seeing his career.
When he was silent, like them first
seeing
couple
his
years.
career literally up until he finally retired, and seeing that, he got the role in Marvel, and it was like, oh shit, how this gonna play out? And to see where he's at now, it really is amazing to see that, damn, Batista is really doing it.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Like, he is really, because I mean, like, honestly, it's very reminiscent of seeing like Ice-T, LL Cool J, Queen Latifah. It was like, damn, they really doing it,
Yeah. He just don't need to play Bang.
That same vein that where their careers were before, and seeing where their careers have came now, it's like, wow, this is really happening. And Batista, that's a man.
I want a hug, just a hug.
From Batista?
Yeah.
I'll make a phone call.
Yeah, he's like 6'5" and he's a big dude. I just want a hug.
6'5".
Like,
what about somebody that just got a last name Batista that's 6'5"?
No.
I can look up the white pages for Batista.
First of all, that's not thing. No, I want David Batista.
Well, with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in to this CCR of Knock at the Cabin. We appreciate Planet Niko for stopping by with the Ninjas and chatting about this movie with us. While you here, any shameless plugs you got, Niko, you want to throw out to the people?
Oh man, the same shameless plug, man. Look, Planet_Niko at Twitch, Planet_Niko_games at Instagram, and Planet_Niko on YouTube. Keep up with the content. This year, the YouTube is going to be getting some more content. We're getting back on the what the fuck am I playing? I got a couple dating sims and some other games lined up. So that's it, man. Follow me on the socials. All right, please. I need it.
Then of course with us, same thing. You can follow us on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LessThanStealthyNinjas. One long, big ass word. We got the audio versions on Spotify, Apple, Google, any other podcast platforms, and of course, video on YouTube. Like Niko said, we got mad content coming. We've been hitting y'all consistently with these CCRs. Ninja Banters will be sprinkled in every now and then. We've been getting back consistent with the streaming. We trying to finish up Dead Island, Riptide. Boss, you got plans on playing Hardworks Legacy on stream or?
No, not on stream. No, that's a RPG.
No. Oh no, Dead Space was what you was gonna play on stream.
Oh, Dead Space. That's right.
That's out. Yeah,
it is.
Dead Space.
Or no, wasn't I gonna do Callisto Protocol and you were gonna do Dead Space?
Shut up. Why you got to bring up old shit?
So anyway, we will be doing some more collabs with Planet Niko as well.
Yes.
Evil Dead coming soon.
LTSN, TKG family, you know what I'm saying? All of that. But thank y'all for tuning in. And when somebody come knocking at your door, would you answer?
Nope.
Nope.
Peace.